What if I told you that the answer to that thick, uncomfortable mucus sitting in your throat every single morning is not in a pharmacy, not behind a prescription counter, and not in an expensive supplement bottle? What if the most effective natural tools for clearing throat mucus after 60 have been sitting in your kitchen this entire time, and you have simply never been shown how to use them correctly? I know how frustrating it is. You wake up every morning, and before you can even enjoy your first few minutes of the day, it starts. That heavy, congested feeling at the back of your throat, the constant need to clear your throat, that thick, sticky mucus that just will not shift no matter what you do. You try to clear it, it comes back, you drink your morning coffee, it seems worse, you go about your day feeling like something is permanently stuck in your airways. And nobody has ever sat down with you and properly explained why this keeps happening and what you can actually do about it with simple, natural things you already have at home. That changes today. I am Dr. Weston, and today I am going to share with you 7 of the most effective morning drinks and natural remedies for clearing throat mucus after 60. These are things that many of my own patients have found genuinely helpful as part of their daily routine. I am going to explain not just what each one is, but exactly why it works, how to prepare it correctly, and the common mistakes people make that reduce its effectiveness. Because doing these things the right way makes all the difference. And I want to say something important before we dive in. Everything I am sharing today is natural, gentle, and appropriate for older adults. None of these remedies will interfere with a healthy lifestyle, and most of them have been used for centuries across cultures around the world for exactly this kind of problem. That said, I always encourage you to have a conversation with your personal doctor about anything new you introduce into your routine, especially if you are managing health conditions or taking medications. Now stay with me through this entire video because number 7 on our list is the one that most people have never heard of, and many of my patients have told me it made more difference than anything else they tried. You do not want to miss that one. But first, let me take just a few minutes to explain what is actually happening in your body when you wake up with mucus every morning. Because understanding the why makes the solutions make so much more sense. Mucus itself is not your enemy. I want to be very clear about that. Your body produces mucus every single day on purpose. It is one of your body's most important protective mechanisms. The lining of your nose, sinuses, throat, and airways is coated with a thin layer of mucus that acts like a sticky trap for dust, bacteria, viruses, allergens, and other particles you breathe in. When everything is working well, this mucus is thin, it moves efficiently, and your body clears it naturally without you ever noticing it. You swallow small amounts of it throughout the day without even realizing it. But after 60, several things happen that can change this picture significantly. The tiny hair-like structures in your airways called cilia that are responsible for sweeping mucus along and clearing it from your system naturally slow down with age. This means mucus sits longer than it should. At the same time, the mucus itself can become thicker and stickier due to mild chronic dehydration, dietary factors, and changes in the way the body produces certain proteins. Add to that common conditions like acid reflux, sinus inflammation, allergies, and postnasal drip, and you have the perfect recipe for waking up every morning with a throat full of thick, uncomfortable mucus that your body is struggling to clear efficiently. The 7 remedies I'm about to share with you work in different but complementary ways. Some work by thinning the mucus so it can flow and clear more easily. Some work by reducing the underlying inflammation that is causing excess mucus production in the first place. Some work by supporting your immune system and your airways directly. And some work by addressing specific triggers like acid reflux or airborne allergens that you may not even have connected to your mucus problem. Used together as a morning routine, they may support real and lasting improvement in how your throat feels every day. Let us start with number 1. And this is the one I recommend to almost every single patient who comes to me with chronic mucus complaints. It is also the one most people are already doing, but doing slightly wrong. Number 1, warm lemon water first thing in the morning. Before you reach for your coffee, before you eat anything, before you do anything else, drink a large glass of warm water with the juice of half a fresh lemon squeezed into it. Not cold water, not lukewarm water from the tap, genuinely warm water, as warm as a comfortable cup of tea. Here is why this simple drink may be so effective for throat mucus specifically. Warm water on its own is one of the most underrated tools for mucus management. When you drink warm water, it gently warms the tissues of your throat and airways. This warmth helps thin and loosen mucus that has been sitting and thickening overnight. Thin mucus moves, thick mucus stagnates. The simple physical warmth is genuinely helpful. Now add lemon to that warm water and you get several additional benefits. Lemon juice is rich in vitamin C, which some research suggests may support immune function and help reduce the inflammatory response that drives excess mucus production. The mild acidity of lemon juice has been observed by many people to help break down mucus and make it easier to clear. And lemon juice also stimulates saliva production and gentle digestive activity, which helps kickstart the natural clearing process in your throat and digestive system first thing in the morning. The common mistake people make with lemon water is using cold water or water that is only slightly warm. The temperature matters. The warmth is not just for comfort, it is functionally important for loosening overnight mucus buildup. Make sure your water is genuinely warm, squeeze a full half lemon into it, and drink it slowly over 5 to 10 minutes before anything else. Many of my patients have told me that within a week of starting this practice consistently, their morning throat clearing reduced noticeably. Small change, real potential benefit. Now number 2, and this one has been used in traditional medicine across multiple cultures for thousands of years, and modern research is starting to give us interesting reasons why it may actually work. Number 2, fresh ginger and raw honey tea. Slice 3 to 4 thin pieces of fresh ginger root, not dried ginger powder, fresh ginger root from the produce section, and place them in a mug. Pour hot water over the ginger and let it steep for 5 to 8 minutes. Then add 1 teaspoon of raw honey and stir gently. That is it. Simple, inexpensive, and genuinely powerful. Here is the science behind why this combination may be particularly helpful for throat mucus. Ginger contains natural compounds, including gingerols and shogaols, that some studies suggest have anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic low-level inflammation of the airways and sinuses is one of the primary drivers of ongoing mucus overproduction. When the inflammation settles, mucus production often reduces along with it. The warming, slightly spicy quality of ginger also creates a gentle heat in the throat and airways that many people find helps loosen and thin mucus in a similar way to warm steam. And ginger has been used for centuries as a natural support for respiratory discomfort. There is a reason this tradition has persisted across so many cultures for so long. Raw honey, and I want to emphasize raw honey specifically, not the highly processed clear honey you often find in supermarkets, contains natural enzymes and compounds that some research suggests may help soothe irritated throat tissue and support the body's natural defense response. Many people find that honey coats the throat with a protective layer that reduces the irritation that triggers constant throat clearing. It also makes the ginger tea genuinely pleasant to drink, which matters because consistency is everything with natural remedies. Pro tip, and this is important, if you are managing blood sugar concerns, be mindful of the honey. 1 teaspoon is a modest amount, but it is still a sugar source. Speak with your doctor about whether this is appropriate for your situation. You can also reduce the honey to half a teaspoon or even skip it and just use the ginger water. It is still very effective. Number 3, and this one has seen a huge surge in popularity in recent years, but most people are making a mistake with it that reduces its benefits significantly. Number 3, turmeric golden milk. Warm 1 cup of your preferred milk, dairy or any plant-based milk works well, in a small saucepan over gentle heat. Do not boil it. Add half a teaspoon of ground turmeric, a small pinch of black pepper, and I will explain in a moment why the black pepper is absolutely essential, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, and a small drizzle of honey if desired. Stir well and sip slowly. Turmeric contains a compound called curcumin, which has been the subject of significant research interest for its potential anti-inflammatory properties. Some studies suggest that curcumin may help reduce inflammation in the airways and mucous membranes, which could over time support a reduction in excess mucus production. The warm milk base provides soothing warmth to the throat, and the combination of spices creates a genuinely comforting drink that many older adults find particularly helpful in the evening as well as the morning. Now here is the important pro tip about turmeric that most people never know. Curcumin on its own is very poorly absorbed by the human body. Your digestive system processes it so quickly that very little of it actually reaches your bloodstream. But when you combine turmeric with black pepper, even just a small pinch, a compound in black pepper called piperine dramatically increases the absorption of curcumin. Some research suggests by as much as 20 times. So the black pepper is not optional. It is the ingredient that makes the turmeric actually work. Never make turmeric golden milk without it. If this video is helping you today, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right now so you never miss a health tip from this channel. It genuinely means a great deal to me, and it helps me reach more people who need this information. Thank you so much. Number 4, and this is one that divides opinion. People either swear by it or are very skeptical of it. Let me give you the honest, balanced picture. Number 4, apple cider vinegar morning drink. Add 1 teaspoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, the kind that contains what is called the mother, the cloudy natural sediment at the bottom of the bottle, to a large glass of warm water. You can add a small amount of honey to improve the taste. Drink this slowly in the morning, ideally after your warm lemon water. Apple cider vinegar has been claimed to do many things, some of which are not well supported by evidence. So let me be very clear about what the reasonable evidence suggests specifically for mucus. The mild acidity of apple cider vinegar may help thin mucus and support its clearance from the throat. Some people also report that it helps reduce the severity of postnasal drip, which is one of the primary causes of morning throat mucus in older adults. The theory is that it helps balance the body's pH environment in the throat and sinuses in a way that makes it less hospitable to the kind of irritation that drives mucus overproduction. Many people find it genuinely helpful for morning mucus. Others find no noticeable benefit. The honest answer is that individual responses vary, and we do not yet have large-scale clinical trials specifically on apple cider vinegar and mucus in older adults. Important warning here, apple cider vinegar is acidic. If you have acid reflux or GERD, which is itself a very common cause of morning throat mucus, undiluted apple cider vinegar could potentially worsen your symptoms. Always dilute it well in a large glass of water. Never drink it undiluted. And if you have any concerns about acid reflux, speak with your doctor before trying this one. Also avoid using a metal spoon, as the acidity can react with metal over time. Number 5, and this one is not a drink at all, but it belongs on this list because many of my patients have told me it is the single most immediately effective morning mucus remedy they have found. Number 5, steam therapy done correctly. Fill a bowl with freshly boiled water. Place a towel over your head to create a tent over the bowl. Close your eyes and breathe gently through your nose and mouth for 8 to 10 minutes. You can add a drop or 2 of eucalyptus oil to the water if you have it. Many people find this enhances the effect significantly. Here is why steam therapy works so well for throat mucus. The warm, moist air you breathe in directly contacts the mucous membranes of your nose, throat, and upper airways. This moisture is absorbed immediately by the mucus, thinning it and making it much easier for your airways to clear naturally. The warmth also helps reduce inflammation in the nasal and sinus passages, which reduces the stimulus for excess mucus production. If you have post-nasal drip, mucus dripping from your sinuses down the back of your throat overnight, steam therapy in the morning can be particularly effective at clearing that accumulated overnight drainage quickly and comfortably. The most common mistake people make with steam therapy is not doing it long enough. 2 or 3 minutes will not give you the full benefit. Give it a full 8 to 10 minutes to allow the steam to truly penetrate and work on the mucus. Also make sure the water is genuinely hot and steaming and not just warm, and please be careful. Keep a safe distance from the bowl to avoid any risk of burning. If you have any respiratory conditions, always check with your doctor before starting steam therapy. Tell me in the comments right now, have you ever tried steam therapy for mucus? Did it help you? I genuinely want to know, and I read every single comment on this channel. Number 6, and this one most people do incorrectly, which is why they do not get the full benefit from it. Number 6, saltwater gargle done the right way. Dissolve 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of plain, non-iodized salt, sea salt works beautifully, in a full glass of warm water. Make sure the water is genuinely warm, not cold. Take a mouthful of the salt water, tilt your head back, and gargle for a full 30 seconds. Really let the water reach the back of your throat, then spit it out. Repeat 3 to 4 times. Do this every morning as part of your routine. Here is why saltwater gargling is so effective for throat mucus, and why the details of how you do it matter. Saltwater creates an osmotic effect in the throat tissues. This simply means that the salt solution draws excess fluid out of swollen, inflamed throat and mucous membrane tissue, reducing the swelling and irritation that drives mucus production. It also helps physically rinse away mucus that has accumulated overnight at the back of the throat, clearing your airways more effectively than simply clearing your throat. The warm temperature helps the salt dissolve properly and also provides soothing warmth to irritated tissues. The mistakes people make with saltwater gargling are using cold water, using too little salt, not gargling for long enough, and not reaching far enough back in the throat. 30 seconds per gargle feels like a long time when you are doing it, but it is what gives you the full benefit. Also use non-iodized salt if possible. Some people find iodized salt slightly more irritating to sensitive throat tissue. This is one of the simplest, most inexpensive, and most consistently effective morning throat mucus remedies available, and it has stood the test of time for very good reason. And now number 7, the one I mentioned at the beginning that most people have never heard of, and that many of my patients have found surprisingly effective for chronic morning mucus. Please pay close attention here. Number 7, natural antihistamine tea. Many people do not realize that a significant proportion of chronic throat mucus in older adults is driven at least partly by low-level allergic responses. Dust mites in bedding, pet dander, mold spores, pollen, and other airborne particles trigger the immune system to release histamine, and histamine directly stimulates mucus production. This happens while you sleep, quietly and without you being aware of it. By morning, you have accumulated hours' worth of histamine-triggered mucus. Several natural plants contain compounds that some research suggests may have mild natural antihistamine properties, meaning they may help reduce the body's histamine response without the side effects that some over-the-counter antihistamine medications can cause in older adults. Nettle leaf tea is perhaps the most well-researched of these. Steep 1 teaspoon of dried nettle leaf, available at most health food stores, in hot water for 5 to 8 minutes and drink it warm in the morning. Some studies suggest that nettle leaf may help reduce the histamine response associated with allergic reactions. Many people with chronic mucus driven by allergy sensitivity report meaningful improvement with regular nettle tea consumption over time. Quercetin is another natural compound found in foods like onions, apples, and green tea that some research suggests may have antihistamine-like properties. Including green tea as your morning tea, either instead of or alongside other remedies, gives you a gentle dose of quercetin along with antioxidants and a modest amount of caffeine if you are a tea drinker. Butterbur is a plant extract that has been the subject of some interesting research for allergy-related nasal symptoms. However, I want to be clear, always look for products that are specifically processed to remove certain naturally occurring compounds that can be harmful. This is one where professional guidance is particularly important before starting. The practical takeaway for most people is simple. Try switching your morning tea to either nettle leaf tea or good quality green tea for 2 to 3 weeks and observe whether your morning mucus symptoms change. It costs very little, it is pleasant to drink, and some people find it makes a genuinely meaningful difference to their morning symptoms. Now let me bring everything together into a practical morning routine that you can start tomorrow. When you wake up, before anything else, drink your large glass of warm lemon water. This is your first and most important step. It rehydrates you after the night and immediately begins thinning overnight mucus. While the kettle is still hot, do your steam therapy over a bowl for 8 to 10 minutes. This is the most powerful immediate mucus clearing step. Then do your saltwater gargle, 30 seconds per round, 3 to 4 rounds. This clears what the steam has loosened. Now prepare your morning tea. Choose either ginger and honey tea, turmeric golden milk, or nettle and green tea, depending on what your body responds to best. Sip it slowly. On alternate days, or in addition, you can add the apple cider vinegar drink if you tolerate it well. This entire morning routine takes approximately 20 to 25 minutes. And based on what many patients have shared with me, consistent practice of even 2 or 3 of these remedies daily may begin to show meaningful improvement in morning throat mucus within 2 to 3 weeks. One important warning before I close. If your morning mucus has recently changed in color to green, dark yellow, or brown, or if you notice any blood, please do not rely on natural remedies alone. These changes can indicate an infection or another condition that needs medical evaluation. Similarly, if your mucus is accompanied by chest tightness, significant breathing difficulty, fever, or unexplained weight loss, please see your doctor promptly. Natural remedies are wonderful supportive tools, but they are not a substitute for professional medical evaluation when something more serious may be happening. Your mornings do not have to start with discomfort and frustration. Your body has an extraordinary capacity to heal and to function well when you give it the right support. The 7 remedies we covered today, warm lemon water, ginger and honey tea, turmeric golden milk, apple cider vinegar drink, steam therapy, saltwater gargle, and natural antihistamine tea, are each gentle, natural, and time-tested approaches that may help your body do what it was designed to do. Keep your airways clear and your mornings comfortable. Start with just 1 or 2 of these tomorrow morning. See how your body responds. Build from there. Consistency is always more powerful than perfection. And remember, the smallest positive change practiced every single day becomes a powerful force for better health over time. If you found this video helpful today, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a health tip. See you in the next video. Remember, this video is for informational and educational purposes only. Always consult with your personal doctor before making any changes to your health.